Yo, yo, what's up? What is up, everybody? What is up? What is up? What is up? How's everybody doing today? How's everyone's day been? Let me double check that the stream is actually running. I hope it is. I hope it is. Is it? It is. What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing? Rimaru, how you doing? JB, Snailium, Daniel, Blue. How's everybody doing? Let me know how the audio is sounding, guys. Hopefully you guys are having a nice day today. Today we are going to be doing a One Piece Top 30 live stream debate. I actually already made my my tier list. I already made it. I'm about to show that in a second here. Sounding good? Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, sorry for the delay on this. I actually wanted to start this 2 hours ago. I had it all up and running on this other laptop, but there was some audio issue going on, and like every time I tried to start streaming, it sounded like I was talking through like a telephone. So I had to switch over to another laptop. This one is not as powerful. And I noticed like sometimes my stream will crash because the computer can't handle like all the images running at once. But yeah, we're just gonna do our best here. Hopefully the stream doesn't crash. If it does, I'll just I'll just start it again. Usually after one crash, it like runs smooth the second time. So, but yeah, guys, today we're doing a One Piece Top 30 live stream debate. If you'd like to join the debate stream, here is how you do it. You go to this most recent poll I just posted 2 hours ago. And then you click on the pinned comment. The pinned comment allows you to join the actual debate. But yeah, let me go ahead and open up my top 30. I actually did more than 30 because I was just having fun making the list. I actually did like closer to 50. But this is out of characters that are alive. This is out of characters that are alive. And I included Kaido and Big Mom, just like assuming that they're alive. Hold on, let me open the stream on my other laptop just to see it running. Hold on 1 second. Make sure that's still running. Yeah. Okay, cool. That way I can see how it looks for you guys. All right, so that's good. So yeah, here is my, I did more than top 30. I went to like 50, but this is all based on characters that are alive, right? Couple other things is like when I do my power scaling for stuff, I really try to like actually use no agenda. I do the best I can to avoid agenda like altogether. So this is my top 30 based on like the scaling that I've seen in the series. And I think this is a pretty solid list, but like I said, this is an open debate. So like anyone watching this is like able to hop in, and if you disagree with some placements I have, you can talk to me and tell me why you disagree with it. You can share some feats that you think would put other characters above other ones. One thing I want to mention though is Dragon is just like completely random. You could put him anywhere. You could honestly make arguments for him being way lower. He has absolutely 0 feats at this time. The only thing we have for Dragon is that he's Luffy's dad. He might be the world's most wanted man, might have the highest bounty. And then he also talks about like the real battle will start when the Holy Knights mobilize. And the leader of the Holy Knights was, like the commander was Garling. So you can make an argument that he's just like a Garling tier guy, and like his whole squad is going to fight the Holy Knights. So if you wanted to, you could have him like lower than Luffy and like down where Garling is. But Dragon, I just put him here. Like, honestly, I'm okay with Dragon being way lower than this if you want. He's just absolutely featless. We just know he's like stated to be the world's most wanted man. Here, I'll just do a brief explanation. Like, I'll do a scan through and a brief explanation of any placements that I think would be like kind of controversial. So just a quick scan through so you guys can all see. Oh, and one thing with Luffy, this is just Gear 5 Luffy. I have just Gear 5 Luffy right here as the number 4th strongest. And this is just the live characters. And then this is Luffy all around. I have Luffy all around at number 11. Okay. This is Luffy all around. And then this is Gear 5 Luffy. Okay. So like when he's Gear 5, he's like top 4. But Luffy all around is like right here. Like right. He's super close to Kizaru all around. All right. So that's my scale for that. I'm just going to give you guys a brief scan through of the whole thing. And then anyone in the chat sees anything that's like seems controversial, let me know, and I can talk about that real quick, and then we'll open it up for a debate, okay? So, here, let me just give you guys the whole scan through. Here's my 11 through 15. Here's my 16 through 20. Garling, so like, Garling and Shamrock, right now, they're both kind of completely featless. Let me explain some scaling for Garling, right? Like basically the reason why I have Garling so high is because he was the commander of the Holy Knights before he got like the 5 Elder buff. Okay, so here's actually something I'm willing to discuss tonight. Do you guys think that the 5 Elders have a different buff than the Holy Knights do? I think that's actually something really interesting worth discussing. It's worth discussing. Like, do the 5 Elders have a different amp than like the strongest Holy Knights? They might, because they also, well, I think the fruits are their own power. Are the fruits their own power, or does that come with their amp? I'm not exactly sure. It's kind of interesting, okay? But yeah, I have Garling here. I have him like right below the weakest Admiral. There's also different tiers to Admirals, by the way. Like these new Admirals are weaker than the original 3, and then Fleet Admiral level is like what Akainu and Aokiji represent. So there's that. But I have them right below the weakest Admiral, which is Green Bull. And then I have Odin right below these guys. Like, these 3 are all super close, but I have Odin as, like, right below the entryway to Admiral, basically. And also, I think the most interesting matchups are all amongst, like, this tier of characters. Like, the 3rd Division to 1st Division cast, in my opinion, is, like, where all of the most interesting matchups take place. Anyway, I have Odin right here. Like I said, I have Odin like right at the entryway to like start entering Admiral level based on him just packing up 39-year-old Kaido. Odin did that like while he was debatably rusty too. He didn't fight for 5 years straight. He was just doing nothing but dance. And then he fought 1,000 pirates and still packed up a 39-year-old Kaido. He is actually super strong, so you could debate for him being above Garling or above Shamrock, but I have him right here. And then I have all of the Gorosei, right? So this guy, I mean, and honestly, you could argue for this guy being above Odin too. Like, when I really think about it, it's debatable, right? Because when I put him here, I was thinking, could this guy beat the 39-year-old Kaido? Could he just pack him up? And I wasn't exactly sure. Maybe he could. This dude right here, he was the one that like had the insane durability that was even hurting Gear 5 Luffy. So like honestly, he might be above Odin. But I was just thinking like, could he beat the 39-year-old Kaido? All right. You said, where's Roger? Oh no, this is just the live characters. This is just the live characters, okay? But yeah, so I think ones that are very debatable are like the 5 Elder placements, because this dude, his durability is actually insane. So he might genuinely be above Odin, to be honest. Like, I'm willing to move around some of these guys. Like, he might be above Odin, but I had this guy, like, these two could go, like, it's debatable, right? I think that, Garling has the most potential out of the 5 Elders, but I'd say in terms of feats, this dude right here has like maybe the highest durability we've seen in One Piece. So based on feats, he probably should be above Garling, but like, I think Garling just has the potential to be the strongest. That one is debatable. It's like a toss-up, okay? So honestly, I might switch the spots of these two. The more I'm like talking about it out loud, I kind of want to switch their spots. I might do that, chat. Oh crap, you're right. Odin is dead. Why did I put him on this list? Oh, I didn't even think about that. My fault. Yeah, and Saturn's dead too. True. Oh, Odin was just still alive to me. I don't know why I put him on this list. I didn't even think about that. But I actually want him to stay here. I want him to stay here. Just because, like, Odin has so much aura. I had to put him on the list. I didn't even think about that till you pointed that out. Odin is dead, and so is Saturn. I didn't even think about that, chat. That's crazy. I made this list thinking, oh yeah, I'm just putting alive people, and I threw Odin and Saturn on. Oh well, I'll just leave them on here. It's fine. But yeah, because like when I was making it, I thought to myself, Odin is like the highest level you can be without being an admiral. So I just put him on there pretty quick. But yeah, what do you think about like Garling versus is his name wait, is it Warcurry? I forget like a lot of the Five Elders names, but the super durable guy versus Garling, I think I might switch these two. Because like these two and then Shamrock are all interchangeable. This guy just like he had really impressive attack potency feats, but I think Saturn's like actual attack potency feats might have been higher. So like all the Five Elders are like debatable. I put Garp above this one, but not the other two. Like there's debatable stuff amongst all of that. I put Ben Beckman in the mix of these guys. The reason I put Ben Beckman this high is because the only information we have on him is that he packed up Kid, and then what was it? Oh yeah, the Vivri card says he's like physically like comparable to Shanks, and he has guns on top of that, so he's like really crazy. But yeah, I would say like the most debatable part of my list is the Elders, because all these guys, like their scaling's kind of weird. We can talk about that more in depth as I open up the debate. Big Mom, I'll be honest with you, I think I saw someone say Big Mom should be higher. I agree with you. The reason why Big Mom is so low is because she actually has the battle IQ of like a cucumber, bro. Like she is not very intelligent at all. Like she's actually, in terms of just fighting intelligence, I think she's the dumbest character we've seen. Like the best example of how dumb Big Mom is, she was fighting Kid, a guy who can control metal and like created metal homies, which is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen someone do in a fight. Just to be completely honest with you, bro. She's a complete moron, bro. So if she actually had like decent fighting intelligence, she would be way higher up. Saying Big Mom dead. We don't actually know that. She might be, but we don't actually know. And then yeah, then I have the old timers. I got Rayleigh, Sengoku, and Gabon. I think this is an interesting, debatable thing too. Rayleigh, Sengoku, and Gabon, because I was thinking like in their prime, who was the strongest out of these three? It might have been Rayleigh. And then it's just like they all get rusty, but like technically Sengoku should be the least rusty of these three. You can actually make an argument for Gabon being less rusty than Rayleigh too, because he fought against Harold. So I think that's all interesting. You said that's a little disrespectful to cucumbers. True. Okay, and then another thing that I think is an interesting placement is Sabo. Here's the thing, guys. The way that I'm scaling Sabo, he's basically Ace if Ace never died. That's like narratively what he represents. Sabo's scaling is actually like higher than a lot of people realize, because like, here's something to talk about. When they were kids, right? I think they would fight 100 times a day, and like it was either 100 fights a day or 50 fights a day, and it was basically like, let's say they fought 100 times, Ace would win 51 and Sabo would win 49. So they were always extremely relative. And like, if you're debating, you can make crazy arguments. You can say stuff like, well, maybe Sabo lost the majority of the starting fights, but he won all of the last fights of the day. Like maybe he won the last 30 fights of the day straight. So the first fight, Sabo was like learning how Ace fights, and at the end of every day, Sabo's stronger. You can make arguments like that for them as kids, but you don't even need that. Basically, those fights were meant to show they were always relative as kids. But here's the thing, I could make a whole video on this. I hope people don't take these ideas, but I'm just gonna explain to you some Sabo scaling I've never seen anyone say. Maybe someone said this on YouTube before, I don't know, but this is some Sabo scaling I've never seen anyone say. Sabo has a good argument for being stronger than Ace was before Ace died. Like when, for example, if Sabo was in Marineford, he might have actually been stronger than Ace. The reason I say that is because think about like what training they went through. So when they were kids, they were relative to each other by doing the same training, right? But then I think I think Sabo was 10 when he got picked up by the Revolutionary Army. So for 7 years, right? Or no, it was 10 years. He was with them 10 years by the time Marineford happened. But the first 7 years, Sabo was out with actual real pirates doing revolutionary army missions, training with Dragon and Kuma directly, while Ace was still just in the woods, like fighting the same animals with Luffy. Think about like how strong could they have even gotten from that? Like really think about it. Like all they were doing was fighting fighting animals that the three of them could beat together. And they got to the point where they could beat all of them on their own, but that's not that much. Like basically what I'm saying is Sabo did more impressive stuff for like 7 years straight, and they were relative to each other when they did the same stuff. And then the anime actually goes more in detail and shows Sabo at 17 already with armament hockey. Like Sabo was probably stronger than Ace in Marineford. I don't know where all the Sabo slander came from, but he probably was stronger than Ace was in Marineford. And then he gets the Devil Fruit, continues training on top of it, and he's really strong now. Like something that's different between Sabo and Ace and Luffy, for example, he only trains after he loses. He just has insane confidence to the point where he's almost delusional. Where Luffy, he thinks he can literally beat anyone, and then he loses, and then he trains. That's like how Luffy has worked the whole series. If you pay attention to the narrative of One Piece, that's what Luffy's always done. Sabo just always trains though. He's more like a Zoro type. That's what he's depicted as. He doesn't wait until he loses. He just trains. He's more of a grinder. So like, really, Sabo might just be strong. Like if Ace was still alive, Sabo might still be stronger than him, is what I'm saying. So Sabo's real strong. Like he's relative to admirals. You can honestly make the argument, but I'm putting him right here below Gabon. But you could honestly make an argument that he's above Rayleigh. That's like the highest I'd put him. And then Sabo above Law, Heartbreak. He has to. I'm sorry. He just like actually has to be. But I'm willing to debate that too, because like think about it. If Ace was still alive, would you have Law above Ace? If Ace was still alive, would you have Law above Ace? You guys let me know that, okay? And like I said, bro, when I do my scaling in general, I don't like agenda. I try my best to avoid it. So like I really will not use any agenda scaling. To the best of my ability, I will use none. So if anything I'm saying sounds like agenda scaling to you, call me out on it. That's the point of this, right? Just straight up tell me, hey yo, that doesn't sound right. And explain why, right? Because yeah, that's just not, I've never liked doing that on my channel. That's just, everyone does their own thing. For me, I've never been a fan of agenda scaling, so I'm just not doing that here. So if you hear me do anything that sounds like agenda, just call me out on it. That's why I'm having this as an open debate, okay? Now, let's see. So then we have Law and Kid. The reason I have Law and Kid above Zoro, narratively, Law and Kid are meant to be Luffy's rivals. And Zoro's not. I mean, I'll just be honest with you. Zoro is not Luffy's rival. We've had entire debate streams on whether or not Zoro can even hit Luffy. We've had debates on this. So like, yeah, no, Zoro's not Luffy's rival. I'm sorry. You got Kid above Zoro. Narratively, yeah, but based on feat, Zoro's stronger. But narratively, Law and Kid are Luffy's rivals, and Zoro just straight up isn't. Okay, let me explain something to you guys real quick based off of like just actual power scaling that we see in One Piece, okay? In the Luffy versus Katakuri fight, right? The entire time Luffy fought Katakuri, Luffy could not hit him until Luffy himself developed Future Sight. I just want to explain this power scaling concept real quick. Think about this. There was scenes where Katakuri was looking into the future, trying to stab Luffy with the mole spear and still missing. Now, I want you guys to actually think about that logically. How is that even possible? How is it possible for somebody to look into the future, see where you're going to be, try to stab you with their mole spear, and still miss? Does anyone have an answer to that? Because really, The most logical answer is because your opponent's reaction speed is faster than you. This same concept is actually shown in other series too, where you can kind of like outspeed people's precognition. But I won't go into other examples. Let me just finish this point. Basically, the argument I'm making is Luffy, debatably, in terms of reaction speed, bare minimum, he was relative to Katakuri, still could not hit this man until Luffy himself developed Future Sight. Now, think about the same thing with Luffy and Zoro. If these guys are relative to each other, can Zoro even hit him? If Luffy's using Future Sight, can Zoro even hit him? I've had whole like hour-long debates on this, and like typically people can't really come up with an argument for like Zoro hitting a full power Luffy. So like these guys are not rivals anymore. I'm sorry. A lot of people don't like that, but they're narratively not rivals anymore, and they haven't been for a very long time. But Law and Kid narratively are Luffy's rival. So narratively, I have them above Zoro, but based on feats, Zoro does have better feats than both of them. This is true. But yeah, that's the argument for it. If you wanted to talk about feats, Zoro would be above both of them, but narratively, like, they are Luffy's rival and Zoro isn't. Okay. Then the Yamato placement, Yamato Sanji, this is where it gets real debatable. Oh yeah, you can see the bottom. I also have low-key strong. Yamato, Sanji, Zoro, this gets all real debatable. I actually want to look back at Yamato's feats again, because here's the thing. It's like, I want to see what form she was in when she was clashing with Thunder Bagua. Was she in man-beast form or was she in base form? I need to analyze that a bit more, but she had good control of Advanced Conqueror's Haki. Meanwhile, Zoro right now is just realizing he has it. Yeah, so this is a debatable thing on its own, right? I'm willing to debate any of these placements, because honestly, you can make argument for like Sanji being above her, or even her being above Zoro if you like really wanted to like highball some Yamato stuff. So this is like a debatable thing. Some of these are like mix-up, toss-up ones. Marco, okay, then all of these are close. Like Marco, Lucci, King, all real close. Let me see. So, okay, so here's honestly what I was thinking. Like when I was putting Marco, Lucci, and King here, right? With Marco, I was thinking like the fact that he was able to fight King and Queen at the same time and had the upper hand at all for even a moment implied that Marco's at least a small bit stronger than King. Okay? And then when it comes to Lucci, I was thinking Lucci and Marco are very relative, but Marco has regen and Lucci doesn't, so. Well, I think there was some talk about like awakened zones. They have insane durability. I need to double check. It was like some statement in Impel Down. Okay. What was it? Yeah, but basically I was thinking like Marco and Lucci are real close, but Marco has regen and Lucci doesn't, so I would have him above Lucci. And then Lucci versus King, Lucci performed better against a stronger Zoro. Like if you pay close attention to the Lucci versus Zoro fight, Zoro was using King of Hell. He went through like an entire King of Hell duration and Lucci fought him the entire time. Meanwhile, against King, Zoro, like the moment he went into King of Hell, won like 2 or 3 moves later. Okay? So there's that. So I have Lucci right above King. Also, you can sometimes lose to people who are slightly weaker than you in One Piece based on like hacks or some matchups, okay? Like Blackbeard can beat some people that are stronger than he is, for example, just by like taking their devil fruit away and like smacking them in the face. And then what else is here? Oh yeah, Katakuri is actually just a power cliffed fraud. No, I'm sorry, that's so mean. He's not a fraud. He's actually really strong, but like the thing with Katakuri is he's kind of depicted to be a glass cannon. He got hit by Luffy like 10 times and fell to the floor. But other than that, it's like, here's one thing. He's like a glass cannon and he's not even that powerful of a cannon, right? Like Katakuri wailed on Luffy for 11 hours straight and did not knock Luffy out. Like at the very end, I think Luffy was unconscious for a bit, right? So let's say he did knock Luffy out for like a second after attacking him with his strongest moves for 11 hours straight, hitting him with almost everything. And then Kaido comes in one Thunder Bagua and like does equal to or greater damage with one Thunder Bagua than what Katakuri could do in 11 hours cumulatively. So then we see on the rooftop a lot of like other first division commander tier opponents are like surviving the Thunder Bagua tier attacks. We actually see Law literally block one from Man Beast Form Kaido. He blocks Thunder Bagua with antibacterial shield. So like, oh, also the other thing is like Luffy couldn't even hurt Kaido in Gear 4 at the start of Wano, but like other characters who were on the rooftop were hurting him. There is some durability negation stuff there too, but it's like basically just scaling off of Kaido. Anyone who could like withstand Thunder Bagua tier attacks or damage Kaido scales like considerably, it scales above Katakuri, right? Well, with an asterisk, right? If you're doing durability negation stuff, that's different. So like killers like Sound Blades were durability negation. Luffy using Ryu was durability negation. It's debatable on whether or not Zoro was using Ryu with Enma, because it stated that it has Odin's Haki within it. So that might have been Ryu. There's some interesting stuff there, but basically what I'm saying is like the rooftop fight kind of power clipped Katakuri, but he's still strong with his future sight Haki. It should be noted that like he still scales above like most, if not all, of the second and third division commanders, other than people from Shanks' crew. Because what was it? Katakuri said he went like years without ever even being hit. Years, bro. And he might have been fighting like Cracker and stuff, like the second and third division commander on his crew. Then you have Nekomamushi and Ino Yorashi, I think is how you say it. Cat Viper Dog Storm, or is it Cat Storm Dog Viper? I forget. I don't know. Some combination of cat and dog and Viper and Storm, okay? These guys in their Sulong forms are extremely powerful. They're definitely first division commander tier because like they were having like back and forth fights with third division commander level opponents. Well, one of them was fighting Jack, one was fighting Parasparrow. Parasparrow's a little bit weaker. Wasn't the dog who was fighting Parasparrow? Because whoever was struggling with Parasparrow is probably the weaker of these two guys. It's debatable though. Anyway, the moment they went into their Sulong forms, they like one-shot them. So yeah, like these guys are really powerful first division commander tier guys. So strong that even Kaido admits they're strong. And then Boa, this was also something I was saying earlier, like you can lose to people that are weaker than you if they have like crazy hacks. Boa has crazy hacks. Like technically she beats like pretty much everyone on this list, like just turning them to stone. But her actual feats are not that crazy. Like her most impressive feat was what? Like she one-shot a pacifista. She was beating up multiple pacifistas. That's literally start of post time skip Gear 2 Luffy level stuff. So that's not that crazy. And she does have all three types of Haki, but it's debatable on whether or not she has advanced Conqueror's Haki. If someone can like prove to me that she does, maybe it was said in a statement I'm not aware of, please let me know. But yeah, I think she just has base Conqueror's Haki, but if I'm wrong on that, someone let me know. Put Boa above Sanji. She's low diffing Sanji, yeah. And then this is just the low-key strong tier. These are just like strong guys, not really ranked. Well, the only one that I actually ranked, I just put Shiryu above Magellan. Because like they were stated to be equal in Impel Down, but Shiryu is stronger than Magellan because he got a double fruit. But that is pretty much the whole list. Before I open it up for debate, is there anything in this that seemed controversial to you guys, that seemed like agenda to you guys, that you want me to just talk about real quick before I open this up to debate where like anyone can hop in? Anyone let me know. Anything that seemed like agenda, please let me know. Because I actually really do want to have a list that doesn't have agenda in it. I really am trying to make like a solid scaling list. Any of this seem like agenda to anybody here? Anything. Let me know. Anything, like, let me know in the chat, say this looked like agenda, this, you know, anything like that. I'm not seeing anyone say anything looks like agenda. Magellan is far too high. Well, Magellan's not really on the list. I just made like an extra tier just called low key strong. Like these are just strong people. Like I was just having fun making the list and I just threw these guys in here. Dragon is agenda. Admirals are high. So yeah, I was saying earlier that Dragon could kind of go anywhere. He's actually featless. All we know is that he's stated to be the most wanted man, so he might have the highest bounty. We got no idea anything about him. Like if you wanted to say he's like if you wanted to say based off of his statement of saying like the real battle will start when the Holy Knights assemble, and you wanted to say Dragon is like relative to Garling, you could make that argument honestly. Like Garling, no, Garling without Emu amping him. If you wanted to say that. What else? Sabo stronger that high? Oh, you mean Sabo? Okay, yeah. I was explaining the placement for Sabo. I went on a long spiel. Talking about Sabo, but I'll summarize it. I mean, if as I do the debate, probably more people will want to talk about Sabo, but like real quick, I won't go all the way in detail what I did earlier, but that was like the start of the stream. I talked about Sabo for like 5 minutes or so. Basically, narratively, he represents Ace if Ace never died. Him and Ace were always relative to each other when they were kids, when they were doing the exact same training. Then at 10 years old, Sabo had just objectively better training than Ace for about 10 years straight, or at least 7 years, from like 10 to 17. Sabo was out with the Revolutionary Army, trained by Dragon, trained by Kuma, learning like actual martial arts, learning hockey, learning crazy stuff. He was ahead of Ace. Okay. And then we also like get details from Sabo that he's not like Luffy. He actually just trains on his own. He doesn't wait till he loses. He just trains. Oh, another narrative thing you could say is like, he was just, even in the manga, he's shown to be ahead of Ace because like, if you pay attention to their positions, like Ace, he was second division commander of the Whitebeard Pirates, but he debatably was not the second strongest. Even people like Thatch were saying they were not intimidated by Ace. Meanwhile, Sabo is just actually the second strongest of the Revolutionary Army. Sabo is stronger than Ace even without the flame fruit. Exactly, yeah. And then he gets the flame fruit on top of it and then gets crazy. So like, think of it like this, right? If Ace never died, right? This is Sabo. This is how you describe Sabo. If Ace never died, and like showed up in Dressrosa, that's who Sabo would have been before he ate the fruit. Then he eats one of the strongest fruits we've seen in the series and gets a huge amp on top of that and is using it really well right away. And then trains more. He's using the fire fruit in ways we never saw Ace do, by the way. So he's crazy, bro. Like he just gets like memed on because of the Cobra scene. But like something that's kind of being ignored is like One Piece characters near death always push beyond their limits. That's like a common narrative thing in the series. Sengoku narratively is equal to Garp. Why so low? Because he's more rusty. Like Sengoku's been retired for 2 years. Meanwhile, Garp just isn't and is just continued fighting. Also, like this is a debatable thing, but we do see while Garp was like really injured, still recovering from God's Valley, he fights Sengoku and like has an even fight with him while he's injured. So it's depicted that like Garp was always a bit above Sengoku. Can you explain why Mihawk is top 2? Yeah, just purely off of narrative, okay? Just purely off of narrative. I will be just honest with you. Mihawk has no feats, bro. He's featless, okay? You can make the argument that he's just a title merchant. I had said this in my Discord one time. If he didn't have the title World's Strongest Swordsman, people would think he's a first division commander. Just a fact, you would. Okay, if he didn't have that title, people would think he was a first division commander based on his feats. But he actually has like the craziest statement. He's the world's strongest swordsman, and he also has the Black Blade, and like all these other really powerful swordsmen don't have that. So he has to be really high ranking. But there's a bunch of stuff you can say about Mihawk. But just based off of his narrative alone, he's that high. So yeah. And you said wrong. He no dipped East Blue Zoro. True, true. That is true. But yeah, chat. This is my whole list. Anything else seem like agenda before I open this up to debate? Because I'm about to open this up, where anyone can just hop in and we can debate this live. Anything you disagree with? Anything you disagree with? Zoro and Sanji are stated equal. Oh yeah, that is another thing. In Elbaf, like there was a magazine statement that came out that said Zoro and Sanji are actually equal. Where's Sanji at? So yeah, if you use the magazine statement, he'd be above Yamato. So that is true. That there was a statement that came out that said that Zoro and Sanji are equal. Now there's actually something. Here's a debate point. You guys feel free to use this if you want. There's another translation that says Zoro and Sanji are equal in strength, but we know that Sanji's faster than Zoro, right? So you could make an argument that he's actually stronger because they're equal in strength, but Sanji's faster than him. So debatably, you could say that he's a little stronger than Zoro right now, especially if he gets Advanced Conqueror's Haki at the end of the arc, which I think is just the power of love anyway. But that's some. If you wanted to debate, you could do that. I'm not saying that's actually the way it is, but you could debatably say that. Other translations just say they're equal in abilities. But, yeah, this is my takes. Okay? So, yeah, now I'll open this up to debate. Like I said, I really do try my best not to put any agenda into my power scaling. I really try my best not to do that. This is just my own. Oh, yeah, no one asked me about the Loki placement, but I just did a video talking about how strong Loki is. He's crazy. And no one asked about like why I have Gear 5 Luffy this high either, I don't think. Or maybe you guys did and I missed it. But Gear 5 Luffy, the reason why I have him this high is if you actually analyze his fight with Kizaru, Kizaru couldn't hit him. Fastest Admiral could not hit Gear 5. And people just kind of don't talk about that. Does anyone want to talk about that real quick? Anyone want to talk about how the fastest Admiral could not hit Gear 5? Like, their whole fight, what we saw Kizaru land, he scratched him once. Anyone want to talk about that, bro? All he did, like, their whole fight, the only damage Kizaru landed on Gear 5 was he scratched his cheek one time, bro. Anyone want to talk about that? So, yeah, I see you guys are saying he was mentally nerfed. That's true, but okay, then we can get in a whole debate on this because Luffy's even stronger than he was back in back in Egghead anyway. But yeah, when people say characters are mentally nerfed, I'm not sure. So you guys probably understand like what that's about. It's because Haki is based on willpower. So if your willpower is jacked up, then your Haki would be kind of jacked up too. So that's true. So yeah, you could say it's a nerfed Kizaru unable to do any damage to Gear 5. That's still insane though. It's still Kizaru, the fastest Admiral, unable to damage Gear 5. That's just what we saw happen. Also, another thing is like is there any way we can actually measure how much a mental nerf affects a character? That's something worth debating too. Also, we could talk about, was Luffy even at full power either when he fought Kizaru? That's another thing to talk about too. But yeah, like I said, I do my best to just keep agenda out of it. Let's talk about all of the scaling, right? Because let me explain something to you guys real quick. This is like what agenda actually is. Agenda is when you highball your favorite character and just ignore everything else. That's all agenda actually is. So like when you're looking at power scaling, right, there's lowball interpretations of things where it's like, we don't know exactly what happened, but here's the weakest possible interpretation. And then the highball interpretation is you don't know everything that happened. Here's the highest possible interpretation, the strongest one. All right, so that's the difference between a low ball and a high ball. And all agenda piece is you just look at the highest high ball interpretations of all your favorite characters, and you ignore the low ball interpretations or anything else that goes against it. That's all agenda piece actually is, right? So I'm doing my best to avoid all that. Like, because if people want to say Kizaru's mentally nerfed, okay, true. I think that's true. You also have to factor in, is Luffy even at full power? People like leave things out. So let's not do that. Let's talk about all the elements, all right? Give me 1 second. I gotta plug my laptop in because that is low battery. Then we're gonna open up the debates. And yeah, anyone who has a problem with this list, this is an open debate. You can just prove me wrong. That's the point of this debate. So feel free to do that. Here, hold on. Let me plug this computer in 1 second. Oh boy, oh boy. Oy, 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 oy. All right. All right, 1 second, chat. Just plugging this in. Oh wait, I grabbed the actual wrong charger. Hold on. Oy, oy. Okay, this one. There we go. Plug this in. And I can't even see it. Is this right? Hold on, let me look. I need my flashlight to see. Okay. All right. We're locked in, chat. Computer is charged. Okay, let's do this. Anyone want to join this debate? Hop on in. Any have the stream link? Oh, hold on. Let me post it. Well, it's like if you go to my YouTube channel, go to the pinned this one right here. Go to this post, this poll I just did, and go to the pinned comment. It's this. It's this right here. Okay. That's how you join. But all right, let's start the debate. Can someone tell this guy to drop Sabo? Yes, if you can debate a good reason why Sabo should be lower, then I'm willing to do that. But I will need to see some valid arguments. All right, so I'm opening up the debate. And yeah, rules for the debate, guys, you just have to be respectful. No like name calling or crash outs. I've had like 100 different live stream debates, and we've had really like no crash outs. So everyone just be chill, and it will be a fun debate. All right. So, yo, what's up? What's up? Oh, everybody's on mute. What's up? What's up? Hello, hello. Can any of you guys hear me? Hold on, let me leave and come back. Hold up. Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you now. How you guys doing?
Okay, yeah.
Doing good, bro. Doing good. We got a lot of people in here today. So let's do this like one at a time. If anyone has any background noise, please do mute. But yeah, we could go one at a time. Is there anyone who like would really want to go first?
Can I go first?
I want to like get your opinion on something.
Okay, sure. Yeah, what's up? What's up?
Okay, so what do you think about like somebody like Greenwood being able to like
I'm sorry. Hold on. I just turned your mic up. I couldn't hear you. What were you saying, bro?
What do you think about Green Bull being able to one-shot Big Mom?
Green Bull being able to one-shot Big Mom. What makes you say that?
Because of his vines. He could like suck the nutrients out of her, something like that.
I mean, he does have like a pretty hacks-like ability, but so what we've seen in One Piece though is like Haki can counter Devil Fruit hacks. So I would just imagine her Haki would be able to counter that. But she is really dumb, so she might get like caught by something like that. But I do have her actually below Green Bull just due to fighting intelligence. I think she's overall stronger than Green Bull, but She might just lose by just fighting in a dumb way. Um, was there? Did you have another question?
Oh, no, I just wanted to like get your perspective on that.
Oh, okay, no worries. And I think Gyro, you wanted to go next.
Yeah, I just want to know. Uh, do you have Dory and Brocky?
No, I didn't even put. That's a good point. I didn't even put them on the list. So yeah, Dory and Broggy are like kind of interesting because like you can make arguments for them scaling stupidly high. For like you could say that they got hockey blooms from each other for 100 years straight and are just like some of the strongest people in One Piece. You could say something like that.
Yeah, I'd put them like close to the. I mean, like somewhere near like the elders or like admirals or something. I don't know, somewhere between like 20 to 10.
Yeah, that could be good. I mean, like, have we seen Dory and Brogy actually take damage from anything or like be hurt by anyone?
I don't know. I don't remember the elder fight. I don't remember how they fought against the elders that well.
No, that's fine.
Weren't they like?
Oh, go ahead. What?
Aren't they Mr. 3? Something like that.
Yeah, I need to go back and look and see how Mr. 3 like got them trapped. But yeah, I don't know. I need to go back and actually look and see how did Mr. 3 do that. I remember one of them had like drinking a bomb and like was massively damaged from that. And the other one might have just gotten caught off guard.
I really don't. I just those are like the big people that I just saw they were like missing from that list.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I mean, I think Dory and Brogy right now are super strong. I'm like, off the top of my head, I want to say they're like first division commander level guys. So like what's going on at Elbaf right now, they got amped by Emu. So they're stronger than before. And I think Zoro and Sanji are still going to beat them. It seems like that's kind of what they're set up for. So I think they're below Zoro and Sanji by a good bit.
I guess I could say I just thought that like them like holding off the like elders with Luffy like boosted him in my mind, but I could see Zoro and Sanji beating them in like Elbaf for like the new buffs or whatever. But yeah, I mean I guess you could put those. But I had two more things just to speak. You said that like Mihawk was like narratively like was high because he's like the world's strongest swordsman, but like I think Shanks also has like could be high too because he's like hockey comparable to like Joy Boy, and Joy Boy's like probably going to be like the strongest like character in the series.
Oh no, I agree with that. I mean, to be honest with you, there's like, so I made a whole video on it. Like there's like 10 different arguments for Shanks being stronger than Mihawk that have nothing to do with him being a hockey man. Like people don't really talk about them. But there's so many different arguments you can make, but I narratively have Mihawk above him just because he has like the better title and they both have mystery around them. But honestly, there's a ton of arguments for Shanks being stronger. Like a simple one real quick is like you see rivals surpass each other from arc to arc all the time. Like Zoro at the end of pre-time skip is way stronger than start of pre-time skip Zoro, who couldn't even cut steel. And that's just like a few months of adventures, no hockey blooms. Now imagine like characters like Shanks and Mihawk over 12 years of like adventures for Mihawk. For Shanks, he gets way stronger, does all this crazy stuff. He definitely could have surpassed Mihawk. There's so many different things you can say, but yeah, just narratively, I have Mihawk above Shanks.
All right, okay. And then I guess like there's two more things, but like it's about Kaido and Big Mom. I feel like Kaido should be above Luffy. I know Luffy's gotten stronger like over like the next arcs and stuff, but like I feel like he hasn't gotten like that much stronger to the point where he's above Kaido, which he needed so much help plus like dying and like getting like regenerated. And I also feel like Big Mom, the reason why she like lost that fight so dumb too is just like Law has like a lot of hacks too, so like he can do like a lot of complicated stuff that like him like if he were to fight like Garp or something, like I feel like she would have like a lot of easier time than like Law and like Kate, who are like doing all this like complicated stuff.
No, I agree. Those are really good takes. I actually do have Kaido above Luffy still overall. I just like to clarify, the only version of Luffy I have above Kaido is Gear 5. Like overall I have Luffy at number 11 and I have Kaido at 6. But like just Luffy's Gear 5 form I have above Kaido.
Okay. And then Big Mom, like, I heard the Dharma's like she did fight that arc fight pretty dumb, but like, yeah, I feel like she's still really strong.
No, she definitely is strong. Like, so Big Mom, she was showing with just one of her homies, just Napoleon. She's like relative to base Kaido and just raw stats, and then she can get even stronger than that. She might even be like relative to Man Beast form Kaido. You can make some arguments like when she's doing all of her like homies at max power, she might be in stats relative to that. But her fighting intelligence is just so low. She's like constantly getting tricked by really weak people.
Yeah, it is true, I guess. But yeah, I just feel like if it was like someone with like a basic like hockey man like moveset, like she would be able to handle them easily. Most of them.
Yeah, if it's someone who's just like going to straight up box her, she's going to like almost guaranteed win against almost everybody. But like anyone with like any fighting intelligence that's like relative to admirals is capable of like outsmarting and beating her, I think. I think the most debatable one though would be someone like Ben Beckman. Like, would Ben Beckman beat her? I think that's real debatable, but I did put him above her overall, so I think that's a debatable one. And I also think she's like physically stronger than probably all the admirals except maybe the super durable one. Yeah, the big thing making her so low ranked is just has really bad fight intelligence.
No, yeah, I understand that. That's really all the takes I have. Have a good day.
Oh, thanks, bro. You too.
All right.
I have a question real quick.
Oh, just real quick, because I want like everyone to get a chance to go once, and then I'll have it just be open. Was there anyone else who wanted to go once, real quick?
I haven't gone yet. If that's okay.
Oh yeah, bro. What's up? What's up?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Yeah. So just looking at your list, could you scroll to the bottom a second, please?
Yeah. Yeah, I scrolled to the bottom.
Yeah. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about Zoro and Yamato below Kid and Law.
Okay.
What was your reasoning for having like
Yeah.
Yamato and Zoro?
I mean, just purely based off of Kid and Law being Luffy's rivals. In terms of feats, Zoro, Sanji, and Yamato, I think all have better feats than Kid and Law. But like, Law and Kid are supposed to be Luffy's rivals, and these other guys aren't. That's really the only thing that made me put them above Zoro, Sanji, and Yamato. Based on feats, they're below. They're all below. Like, based on feats, I have Sanji above Kid and Law. But just based off of narrative that they're supposed to be like Luffy's rivals, like they're supposed to be like the next gen, like Roger, Whitebeard, and maybe, I don't know, Shiki or something maybe. Or no, I think they're actually supposed to be Roger, Whitebeard, and Rocks. That might be like what they're supposed to represent. The next gen version.
I agree with the feats thing about Yamato, Zoro, and Sanji having better feats. The narrative, I guess I can understand to a certain extent.
But like if I were doing like a versus battle video, I would say like Zoro and Sanji could definitely beat both of them. But I just think like narratively they should be above.
I'm looking at your Nekomamushi and Cat. I think it's Dog, the dog. H2 Long Farms.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems so random. Like, wait, those particular people of the scabbards.
Because like when they go into their Sulong forms, they one shot like a 3rd division commander level guy. I forget which one. One of them one shots Jack, and that's actually like pretty impressive because like Jack, he's an ancient Zoan and he's known for being super durable. He fought them for like 5 or 10 days straight, back to back with no breaks. But like in their Sulong form, they can one shot him, which is crazy. So it definitely puts them like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I think someone is my volume is low.
Oh, wait. What was that?
I think someone in the chat is saying that my volume is low.
Your volume? Oh, hold on. Let me turn it up.
Yeah.
Okay, I turned it up.
Okay, no problem. You were saying?
No, yeah. I mean, just one-shotting a third division commander is crazy. Like that's like first division commander level stuff. I don't know if Katakuri can one-shot like Jack. I don't know if he can do that.
Well, if we're going off of narratively, like, I think Cat like, is far above Jack. Like, if we including like the whole narrative of like being like a first commander, just like based on his little goal feats on patrol and the fight against Whole Kid Island Luffy, because I don't know if you would agree, but I have Whole Kid Island Luffy above Jack. So
Yeah, I think they're honestly, yeah. By the end of Whole Cake, yeah, but like if Luffy fought Jack at the start of Whole Cake, he might actually lose, which is the crazy thing. He gets a lot stronger during Whole Cake, but like he was struggling with Cracker on his own. He would have lost to Cracker on his own.
that is fair to say. Could you scroll up a bit, please?
Yeah.
This one I'm gonna go over the top.
You want me to go to the absolute top of it?
Like the halfway to like the more like top of it. I'm looking off of my phone. Sorry if it's a bit laggy.
No, you're good.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, there's good. There's good. Big Mom under the elders. You think Big Mom is losing to Jupiter, bro?
So I think she's stronger than all of them, but she's just so dumb. She'd probably get tricked and lose. Like just some way, somehow, just like manage to lose. I like honestly, I think she should be able to beat the worm one. Is that Jupiter?
Yeah, that's Jupiter, bro. That's
okay.
Like he's so buns, bro.
Yeah,
he's
so
buns.
So honestly, maybe I could put her above that guy, but it's just like the real reason I had her that low is just she's so dumb. Like I think she would just find a way to lose. Like she got judo flipped by Jinbei and like carried away by Robin. Not a single thought going on in her mind. Like I don't know, man. She's just like she has the worst battle intelligence I've seen in One Piece, bro.
That's justifiable, bro. I'm not gonna lie, but to be honest, like Jupiter, like especially the worm of the Gloriosa, like he has no feats, bro.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Actually, Jupiter and Saturn. Like I'm not even kidding. Like,
no, that's fair.
What about Odin? Why is Odin on the list? I thought he's dead.
Yeah, he is dead. When I was making this list, I put him on there as like one of the first people without thinking, because I was just like, he's like one of the strongest people that's not an admiral, and I just put him on the list and then started filling out the rest after him, and then just left him on there. So I didn't even realize like until someone pointed it out.
Okay. So no Odin discussion. Just leave him up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, did you want to discuss Odin?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if it's interesting to you, I think Odin is above. I think he's above Fujitora and Aramaki.
Yeah, no, that's a debate too. Like, is he actually above Fujitora? I think it could go either way between him and Fuji, to be honest. I don't know. I was just giving the edge to the admirals because like they can keep getting stronger, but Odin is dead. So,
what do you think about the recent statement about I think it was 1166 or 7 where it said during the next decade or so, like Kaido, Big Mom, Whitebeard, all of those guys like reached their prime.
Yeah,
I mean, Odin would have probably fought, like, even though it was poorly portrayed on panel, like, he probably fought Prime Kaido.
Yeah, so I thought about that. So, like, if you look at all their ages, Whitebeard was 36 at God's Valley. If you multiply that, well, if you add 2 decades to that, that means, like, the upper limit of their prime would be, like, 56. And and Kaido, he was 21. So his true prime would have been around 41, right? Or you could just say like you could just also make the argument that in One Piece your prime is, you take the low range and the high range, put them together. You could say your prime is anywhere in between 31 to 56.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree definitely.
So it's like, even if you're in those age ranges, you can keep getting stronger. Like, and that would explain people like Akainu, who's 55, I think, and people think he's stronger than he was pre-time skip. So
I tend to disagree with that, but
you know what? One thing I was
the Akainu part.
one thing I was hoping, I was hoping I'd see some people who think Akainu's top one, because I've seen people say that they have Akainu top one, and I don't understand the argument for why people have him that high, other than that he's cool. From what I've seen, that seems to be the main argument. They're like, oh, bro, this dude has aura, bro. And I'm like, I understand he has aura, but like, he doesn't have the feats that put him at top one. So if someone, like, maybe we should just open it to everybody real quick. Or was there other people who wanted to do like one real quick?
Could I?
Well, I'm not in the group, so
I'm sorry, who was that?
I'm not sure.
I was like,
Yeah, go do the 1v1, and I'll do the group thing later. I just wanted to ask one more question about the top half, because sorry I was speaking so long.
All right, yeah, just real quick.
Yeah, because I actually can't even see like who you have like as number 1 through 5.
Oh, I got Emu, Mihawk, Shanks, Gear 5, and then Loki.
Okay. I don't think they object to that. And you said that Luffy in Gear 5 is just Luffy in Gear 5, right?
Yeah, that's just Gear 5 as a form. Like, if Gear 5 was unlimited, that's what that represents, basically.
Yeah, I agree. I think he probably might be a little bit higher than that, actually, but yeah, I agree. So you can go to the next person. I don't disagree on much else.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, who is next? Who that wanted to go?
Me.
Oh yeah. What's up, bro?
So my one thing is like the whole Big Mom versus Gorosei.
Oh, hello, you still there?
Yeah, sorry. So replace the 5 Gorosei with 5 Big Moms. That's just about that.
Yeah.
Just think about that.
Yeah, I mean, Big Mom's stronger than them. It's just she's dumber than like a sack of potatoes, bro. She's just like it. She should be like, honestly, she should be right next to Kaido, but she's just so dumb that it like makes her able to lose to people weaker than her.
Okay, yeah, I understand that. Another thing, I don't know if this counts as agenda more than like or narrative, but I feel like Ben Beckman should be like around, like a little closer to Odin.
Let me see where I put him.
The whole parallels between Roger and Shanks, because Ben Beckman is closer to Shanks than Odin was to Roger.
You might be right. That's honestly a fair take. Like I could see arguments for him narratively being above like all the Gorosei, which is kind of wild. It's really hard to scale Ben Beckman because we haven't seen him do anything. We just know that he beat up Kid, and then the Vivri card says he's like comparable to Shanks in strength, which is a crazy statement, honestly. So yeah, I mean that's fair. I think you could put Ben Beckman above like the Gorosei too. So I do think that's fair as well. Yeah.
Other question: why do you have a Blackbeard below Luffy?
Okay, so I think Blackbeard would beat Luffy, if they fought, but I view it more from like hacks. Like, it's a debatable, like, it's kind of a debatable thing. Like, I think Blackbeard would beat Kizaru as well for the same reason, but I don't think he's actually stronger than Kizaru. It's kind of hard to explain. I just think overall, like, Kizaru is a stronger character than Blackbeard. And same with Luffy, but like Blackbeard would beat them both. I I think he might even beat Aokiji. But like I just see these other characters consistently doing more than Blackbeard. Like Blackbeard's kind of just carried by his darkness fruit hacks. Like I don't know. That is a debatable thing. I mean, I do think he could beat Luffy and Kizaru and Aokiji, but I just viewed him as like an overall weaker character than these three people and more like a hacks merchant. But I don't know. Maybe I should put him above those three. Maybe I should put him like right below Akainu. But I just viewed it as he's like overall weaker than them, but he would beat them.
I hate to say this, bro, but you're wrong. What's up,
Yeah,
bro?
you're wrong, bro. I'm not gonna like. Sorry.
Hold on one second.
What's up, Lilos?
Well, who is
It's
that?
me, Ty. It's me, Ty. Don't
Yo,
kick me.
Ty,
Don't
Ty.
kick me. It's Ty. It's Ty.
Yo, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Chilling, bro. I didn't get to see the list since when I joined. My phone was about to die at work. I just got home.
Oh, nice.
Let me go see the
You were
list.
saying I was wrong with Blackbeard?
Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't see the Blackbeard placement. I saw
Oh.
the Kid and Law stuff. Let me
Okay.
see.
And Zaza, you were saying I was wrong about the Blackbeard stuff too. Like you don't think?
I genuinely do not think Blackbeard can beat Luffy, bro. I'm gonna be so real, bro.
Oh, dude, I do think he could. I think he's just like hard counters him with the darkness fruit and just like keeps smacking him with the earthquakes, till Luffy goes down. Especially if the fight's off screen, I see Luffy going down. But he gets that buff.
I guess the one placement I would probably talk about is Garp, because I feel like Garp because I don't in particular use narrative a lot. Like if you've argued with me, I don't really like use. I kind of use it as a secondary more than a primary.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the one thing to really know for Garp is even like without feats, right? Like even without the scaling to Kuzan or whatever, like narratively it is implied that he is just like an admiral in disguise. I don't think
I
he
agree.
should be that much below the other admirals.
I do agree with that. Like, there's actually a scene in Marineford where he
If
sits.
it's like if you're saying like like Fuji Green Bull stocks for like future stuff, then I can see it.
No, yeah, that's actually a really good point because especially in Marineford, he's just like on par with the other admirals at least because there's a scene where he just sits in their chairs and no one says anything. Also, another thing I've said about Garp, he basically represents Roger if Roger never got sick and never stopped training. So he's really just broken. So yeah,
He's also the only person in that arc to ever like perception blitz Marco.
he did do that. Yeah, he did better against Marco than Aokiji or any of the other guys did. So yeah, you could make an argument for him just being like on par with all these other admirals.
Oh my god, Mihawk number 2, bro. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, that's pure.
I don't think.
Oh, go ahead. What's that?
Sorry. I was just about to say before. Sorry, just one thing. I don't think old Garp can beat Odin though. I'm gonna be so real, but go ahead.
I mean, like the big thing I'm saying with Garp. Let me think. Why do I put him so low? I mean, Garp himself says that he's like not who he used to be. I wonder if he actually has like stamina issues now that he's older. I wonder if he has anything nerfing him other than just being like strong.
Okay, so let me ask about this. Do we hold Kuzan and Kaido in a relative tier to one another? I see Kaido above Kuzan, but do we think they are pretty close in power?
Yeah, I think they're relative. I think if Kaido fights
If
Kuzan, like
okay,
yeah, it's
if-
close. Yeah.
If we're using that as a factor, in my opinion, I think Garp by that logic should be higher than Odin just because he does better against Kuzan. And Odin, like, only is just relative to a much weaker Kaido than the one that Kuzan is relative to.
Honestly, that's a fair argument too. I mean, I could see Garp just. Do you think Garp's above like Fujitora and Green Bull?
Yes. If I'm being honest, I would... Hold on, let me see your list. I would put him probably, like, above... Well, okay, our lists are, different inherently, right? So, like, in my opinion, I think Blackbeard beats Luffy. I think Blackbeard would be above Garp, but Garp would be, like, I guess, like, where Elbaf Luffy is right now for your list.
And
Right next to Kizaru.
I also think Blackbeard would beat Luffy. Like, the reason I put him below Luffy, I was trying to explain it earlier. I think Blackbeard could beat Luffy, Kizaru, and even Aokiji, but I view him more as like a hacks merchant. Like, I think that those guys are overall stronger characters.
He more so hard counters them for sure. He more so hard counters them for sure.
Exactly,
Just because he's relative to the admirals in combat speed because of the like through Marco. So if we do like it's just bad for business, bro. Like he's negating your fruit. He's hitting you with the strongest, like one of the strongest forms of Duraneg in the verse besides Advanced Conquerors. So it's like, you know, like you can't really do anything about that.
Sorry, but I missed any translation, but can't Luffy just use emission? I can't just not touch Blackbeard, bro. Like I'm kind of confused.
I mean, like, yeah, Luffy, if he fights Blackbeard, it's not going to be like a low diff. I just see it like, I mean, sorry, it's going to be like an extreme diff fight. I just think Blackbeard's going to edge out the victory.
How do you mean for the hockey? Like he would just like AoE like wave him away?
I mean, like the no touching hockey, bro.
You mean Advanced Conquerors?
No, the no touching hockey, bro.
Like the level 2 Rio.
Yeah, not even level 2 Rio, bro, because that's internal Rio. I'm talking about the hockey, like what really showed, what really showed,
the initial showings of Advanced Conquerors, no?
Yeah, like
no.
Like to hit people without touching them. I think that actually is just level 2 Rio. I need to go back and look. There might be 3 levels to Rio.
No, it's hitting people without hitting them. Like actually, I'm pretty sure it's Conquerors.
Well, yeah, Conquerors too. Like when 2 punches don't. Sorry, what?
Like Santamaru could do it. Santamaru and like the Snake sister like did.
Okay, so let me ask you, right? Kizaru. Okay, do you think Kizaru is relative to Luffy in combat and reaction speed?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so when people are relative to if people are relative to you in combat and reaction speed, right? I don't think like we've seen with Luffy, right? I guess. Well, okay, Egghead is a little bit of a weird case, just because apparently it's confirmed recently that he might have not even been using Advanced Conquerors, at least regarding the anime. But
yeah, I think.
What's it called? Him like Luffy doesn't like. That punch thing doesn't really give a specific like advantage, more so in range. Like there's a range to it, but it's not really like Frog Kata, right? Where it's like Luffy can throw a punch before you and then it just extends. Like we know like there is like kind of a limitation to it. Like we even see in the anime there's like aura lines where Luffy's not touching Kaido, but we see like a little bit of aura hitting his body. So I don't think like I don't think Blackbeard would like. But I get the idea though, right? Like Blackbeard's drawing him in. Why wouldn't Luffy just use something before he even like that? That's probably what Luffy would do realistically, like a good counter.
Yeah. I think once he gets like the caliber of like Roger and Whitebeard level,
I'm saying, but
maybe, but.
Yeah, for sure. But we know at least with the Kaido thing, right? Like Kaido throws in a Thunder Bagua at Luffy, and Luffy does the jump. He uses the Advanced Conquerors aura to block himself, right?
Yeah.
My thing is, though, I don't think we can compare that minimum range to something like Whitebeard's fruit. Blackbeard can 100% hit him at a far longer range.
Yeah.
And apparently we
I'll be
know
right
that
back, chat.
he's
Once
mastered the
again.
fruit to its fullest extent. So, like, at the very least, he's had...
Sorry. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
This is my first debate ever, so I'm kind of fucking like...
No, you good. I was just going to say, I think Blackbeard has more range, but what was you saying, bro? My bad.
I was going to say, like, wouldn't Luffy's power of, like, just rubber just counter the Quake fruit? Because we know, like, basically, like, okay, well, in real life, where places that are very earthquake heavy, they build the foundations out of their houses with a lot of rubber to... like, you know, control the shockwaves and shit. So that would be kind of fucking ridiculously cool if that actually happened. Like, but I don't think it's just gonna be a counter for sure. But like,
okay, yeah, that is a cool point to mention. Like if Whitebeard throws something from the outside, perhaps, but we know that Whitebeard, or what's it called, the tremors of the Guru, when they hit you, it hits you internally. So regardless of Luffy's body, it's still gonna be affected. Like his brain's gonna be rattled by the.
I mean, it would be mitigating the damage, in my opinion, because like as far as
maybe not negating, but
It would be reducing the punch that Whitebeard or that Blackbeard lands to a minimum. But we know that like there is an added effect with the Gura. If you remember with Blackbeard, before Whitebeard like crushed his face with the Gura fruit, Blackbeard gets slammed by like base 1 HP Whitebeard, and then Blackbeard gets up from it, and then he's gonna go and attack him again. So like even with something like that, like but like yeah, like with like we know Blackbeard hits you like he has to touch you, right, and hit you like by proxy. He's gonna have to hit Luffy's physical body, which is immune.
Sorry about that, chat.
But the added shockwaves are gonna go kind of
get something for my
like
cat.
through that body, if that kind of makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense, bro. But,
Shadow.
Luffy's durability is pretty high, bro. Like, to be honest.
Oh yeah, it is. It's very high.
Okay, sorry about that. I had to get something for my cat. What did I miss here?
I think though those I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's like a bunch of statements like, or I found at least 2 that's implying like he's at least mastered the Gura. And there's one statement that people like a lot, but the one that like apparently implies he's stronger than Primebeard, but it's just not true. Yeah, it's kind of in reference to the Gura, and it's just him like saying like he alone is the one who's mastered the fruit to its like peak, like absolute peak. Yeah. So a lot of people kind of argue, well, new gen over old gen. I don't argue that. However, I do argue that Blackbeard at the very worst has probably a better mastery with the fruit, or can at least use the fruit in a better way due to him also having access to the Yami Yami no Mi.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he can do both of them at one time, because we see him, he can do one each hand.
Bro, a fucking a black like a singularity earthquake affecting the planet, bro. Like
I'm just gonna say, there's a reason Oda always cuts away from his damn fights. Always, like we don't fucking see everything. He's like, nah, I gotta save this for fucking Luffy. Like, bro, don't sleep on this ugly ass motherfucker. Do not sleep on him. I'm telling you.
Yeah, Blackbeard is gonna be on some shit, bro.
Oh, for sure. For damn sure.
Wait, hold on, I'm gonna join through my iPad, bro. But give me 1 second. I'm gonna come.
But
do we think he has a third devil fruit already, or no? Like, cause I think honestly he does. Cause if he doesn't, Oda will wait so fucking long just to give him a new fruit. He just never seen him use it. I think he already has the damn thing. Like in all honesty, there's no fucking way this man's gonna get a new fruit near the end of the fucking end of the fucking story. There's no way. I refuse to believe that.
I got a question.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Blackbeard's gonna get a third fruit. Honestly,
I don't think he will. To be honest with you, bro.
He might, but I don't know. I have really just no opinion on it. It could be either way.
Davy Jones, man.
But I mean, yeah. I think we've kind of gone through the whole list. I mean, is there anyone here who thinks Akainu should be number 1?
No. Not one. I think that is a Sabo victim, alright? I think he's a Sabo victim.
Okay, look, that's actually something I want to talk about. So, I was hearing people talk about this before. I was hearing people talk about this before. They were saying they think that Akainu will be like Luffy's main villain. I think there's a good argument he'll be Sabo's, and Luffy's main villain will be Imu.
Yeah. I think Luffy at this point, like by the time Luffy fights Akainu or even meets him again, he'll be way stronger than him. I think there's no way he's gonna run into him recently, like in the story. I think by the time he runs into him, he'll master Gear 5, and then it's a wrap. There's no point in him fighting Akainu. It would just be too easy. It would have to be somebody else that's around his level. Like maybe Sabo would get that spiritual rematch of Ace versus Akainu again.
Exactly.
That would be thematically beautiful in my opinion, but.
That's what I think too.
We'll see. We got to see what happens.
Well, also, it's just I don't fully understand like the Akainu upscale. I'd like to hear more arguments for Akainu being that high, because I know some people do think he's like number 1, but I myself have never viewed him that high. So.
Genuinely, bro, I don't know how you can argue Akainu being above Loki right now, bro. Like being so real.
Yeah, me either. I don't know how to argue him above Kaido either. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he isn't above Kaido, bro.
That's one of the things I wanted to ask you about Gear 5. Do you think Gear 5 should be lowered due to Luffy's stamina problems?
Oh no, so what I for Gear 5, I just have that as if like Gear 5 was unlimited, like as a form on its own.
Oh, like right now, not future Luffy, because future Luffy's gonna be above Shanks and Mihawk and Emu and everybody, right? So this is
Right.
right now Luffy. If he had no time limit.
Exactly, right. Like if you just took Elbaf Luffy, he went Gear 5 right now. When he's in that form, I think he's stronger than Loki. I think he's a little bit stronger, like by a little bit, and like a little bit stronger than Kaido. All these, like I think he's just right below Shanks in this form.
Because I think where he is now, like when he's still on the stamina stuff, I think he should be around like a Kainu on your tier list. I think he should be around a Kainu, Aokiji, and Kizaru. If he even fought Kizaru until he ran out of stamina, like he couldn't put him down before the stamina either.
Yeah, then that's why I have Luffy below Kizaru overall. You can debate that Luffy would be able to beat him though, because he didn't use like his strongest moves, and there's a lot of stuff you can say for Luffy's side. Like he might not have even been at full power when they fought either, and Kizaru didn't hit him, but
Yeah. And Luffy's not really the type of guy that just like goes out from the straight beginning. Like it's not like, you know, oh, I'm gonna ramp up. He's not like that, but he's not gonna just fucking like just 100% and fuck you up at the very beginning. No, he's not like that, man.
I mean, he does have a line of dialogue where he says he always goes all out, but like he actually just doesn't though. Like he actually just has moves that are stronger than other ones. Like a good example, right? Luffy has dialogue where he says that Gum Gum Axe is his strongest move. Or sorry, he said like pre-time skip, Luffy, he says he uses Gum Gum Axe for powerful opponents. And like a lot of his fights, he just does not use it. So if he was always going all out, he would just spam Axe, you know? So he doesn't like actually use his full strength immediately, like his strongest stuff immediately.
I have one more question before I leave.
Right. I'm sorry.
Well,
I was asking though, where would you put Luffy currently with the stamina problem on your tier list? Would you keep him the same, or?
Yeah, that's what like Luffy overall, I have him at 11. I have him right below Kizaru overall with his stamina problem, all that. Like that's what the like base form Luffy represents. Yeah.
Okay.
I still think that Luffy beats all of the admirals, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Well, he does have win conditions over all of them. I will be honest. Now that he has mini Gear 4 and all this stuff, like he legit might just beat all of them. But I don't know. I'm trying. Maybe I'm being nice to the admirals. I don't know.
I feel like if Luffy had Infinite Gear 5, it would probably 100% he's winning. But can he take them down in the time limit? Probably not. I doubt it.
That's kind of how I lean towards it too. I think like just using Gear 4 and mini Gear 4 and stuff, like he's doing all right against them, but he really needs Gear 5 to be above them, and it just doesn't last.
He needs it.
Yeah, and it just doesn't last long enough.
Didn't we kind of see that with I'm starting bad. Sorry, we saw that
No,
with
sorry.
Kizaru with he was using Snake Man, and he wasn't. I mean, he was doing okay, but it's not like he was landing hits on him and shit. He wasn't like, which is crazy because that's his second fastest form, and it wasn't even attacking him at all.
No, yeah, that's a good point.
Every single punch.
That's a good point, and it makes you wonder now. Like, was he even using Advanced Conquerors? He might be.
I was
Like,
just about to say that.
because he might not have been. I don't know. It's like we don't know if he was using Advanced Conquerors. We don't know if he was using Rio. Honestly, I don't think he used Rio because he wasn't like hurting him in Gear 4. So it's kind of, and like Luffy was like asking him questions while he fought him. So like people talk about like Kizaru was mentally nerfed. You can make an argument like Luffy wasn't going all out either in Gear 4. There are like arguments you can make for that.
Good. Could I say something about that real quick?
Yeah. What's up?
All right. So hypothetically, assuming Blackbeard has Conqueror's Hockey, right? Where would you scale him currently?
Well, I kind of think he.
Because like we know,
Oh, sorry, what?
we know that like White would like infuse his quakes with Conqueror's Hockey and stuff like that to boost his AP. So like combining that with the Darkness Fruit, we would probably scale like higher than Aokiji, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't. He has it, but he's like cowardly. He's like a cowardly Rocks. That's like who Blackbeard is.
Yeah.
So he probably has it. But yeah, like I said, I see him. I think he beats Kizaru and Aokiji. I just don't know if he beats Akainu. Akainu's kind of a bad matchup for him because he can't dodge Akainu. He just gets directly hit by magma punches. So
Into a donut, yeah.
Now, if we're watching the fights, he's probably going to be extreme diff. If it gets off screen, he's winning. Like, it don't matter.
no, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Sorry. Like,
He always finds a way to win off screen.
now, I wish that the One Piece would, like, I know that Ryuo and Advanced, because Advanced Conquerors is just coding yourself in it, right? While Ryuo is just, like, applying the coding in a certain way, right? Like, you can use the barrier, or you can do the internal damage. Like, there's two
There's two
Guys,
different levels.
my VO
Two different
just
levels
mean
of Rio.
infusion.
what Luffy's doing is he's doing both. Zoro doesn't know Ryuo. He knows Advanced Conquerors, like, subconsciously, but he wasn't trained like Luffy, so he's not doing the same thing. Like, he's not clashing with, like, Kaido or anybody from, like, a big distance or anything, but he can use Conqueror's coding. It's just like a small difference, but I mean, it's not really brought up too often, so a lot of people still get confused about it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Luffy
true.
is doing two techniques at the same time. He's combining them both, and yeah.
Thank you. I thought no one would ever say so, bro. Like, a lot of people, like, even just earlier, someone was confused with touching being Conqueror's Haki is emission with Conqueror's Haki. Like,
Yeah, like they are different. They are different. Like
I'm sorry.
when Luffy does his final attack against Kaido, he's using everything.
Yeah.
Like he's using Rio, the touching him like an invisible armor kind of thing, and he's using Advanced Conquerors at the same time in his final attack.
exactly. And Artemis, because that's
Now-
also still different from Rio.
Yeah, so now you can do Ryuo with normal armor and hockey. We've seen the Admirals do it during fucking Marineford, where they blocked Whitebeard's like they do the same pose and everything. That's just that
That's emission. That's the emission
Yeah.
stage for sure.
So,
Yeah.
by VO, do you just mean emission?
No,
That's emission.
I mean, yeah, basically. It's kind of
What
funny
they
that a
did-
lot
what
of
they
the
did on
hockey
the
speeds we've seen 3 times give. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying what they did on the scaffold, like the shockwave to block the
Yeah.
that was emission. We don't know if they have. Yeah, that was emission. We don't actually know if the admirals have internal Rio.
Oh no,
internal Rio is not. Internal Rio is not exactly the same thing as emission.
Yeah, it's not.
Like,
It's just, it's very confusing. Gosh, hockey.
Alright, so the
Please.
emission and then there's internal.
No, I got a problem with the loop.
Projecting the emission into something without damaging the outside.
yeah, that what bro said. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
like there's a barrier one, and then there's the emission one, and then you can use Conqueror's Hockey to basically make them stronger versions of that in a way. So now that's why Luffy doesn't always use it. Like maybe this is just headcanon, but maybe there's some, maybe you use it too much, you can exhaust your hockey pool faster because we know you can run out. We know that's
I agree
possible
with
because
that.
of Gear 4. The fact that Gear 4th runs out of hockey in the first place proves that anybody can probably run out of it, and even
Same with King of Hell,
sucks
too.
out Zoro's hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen that often. It's like we don't get a lot of we just have to think. We have to manually think ourselves about stuff like that. It's like, oh, maybe Luffy's not doing this because he'll run out of hockey quicker, or stuff like that.
Yeah, that is
Instead of
possible,
having-
yeah.
Instead of having a hockey limit for Gear 5, he has a time limit instead. It's just
We also-
same thing,
we-
but different, I guess.
We also get a line of dialogue from Luffy when he's trying to learn Future Sight. He says if Katakuri keeps using Future Sight, he either says he's going to run out of it or he's going to get weaker. So that's something interesting. Like I'm working on a video just analyzing all of hockey, but like I think hockey, like not only does it run out, your like hockey output might get lower as you get more tired. It's kind of an interesting thing. But But yeah, I mean, I think I'm
Yeah, I
about to close this all out. Wait, Ryu, you were you saying something?
Yeah, I just have a quick question. Why do you have Mihawk ahead of Shakespeare? I just want to ask that.
Only narrative. I'm not gonna. I will be completely honest with you, Ryu. Just narrative, because he has zero feats. He's done. Yeah, he's done nothing. I'll be honest. He's done nothing impressive. Only thing is he has a black blade. That's it. But his feats are actually pretty garbage. But it's just the statement of him being world's strongest swordsman, and he has a black blade. Nothing else. That's the only reason.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, I just like even then I feel like that's a stretch considering that the recent chapters just shows how stupid Shanks is, right? Just for him beating a Loki that was back in the day, if you want to say a little bit weaker than, which he wasn't that much weaker than him to begin with. And then, or he's equal to Harold, and then 6 years later, you got a one-armed Shanks just dominating this man. It's like,
Is that true?
I understand the narrative. I get the narrative right, but I just feel like even with narrative, that's not making no sense. I just feel like Shanks is just like popping out stupid feats to the point where he's fighting. And Harold was arguably one of the strongest characters, if not the strongest character back then, except for Evil. Literally, and he was on a similar level with Rox before he even got his back. You know what I'm saying? It just feels like there's no. I feel like his title is one of those titles that yeah, like we gotta see something.
We need to see more, but also,
by
also
Shanks not
remember
having
that.
the title, that implies that Mihawk beat this Shanks. Who did all the
Yeah, I don't even know if that's the
wanna feel
case, to
that,
be honest. Here's my thoughts on it. Like, I think Shanks, like, based on the statement, Shanks beat Loki, but I don't think it was a low diff. It probably was, like, super high diff. And another thing is, like, I want to see how the fight actually went down. But I just think, like, the big thing is you got to be fair to statements. Like, if you're going to just believe Mihawk's the strongest swordsman, then you got to believe right now that Shanks beat Loki. Because I've seen people try to say, like, oh, we haven't seen the Shanks-Loki fight, so maybe he jumped him. I'm like, bro, you literally trust the Mihawk statements with no feats, bro. Like, that's not fair. You have to, like, be consistent. So, like, as of right now, I think it's just the fair interpretation is to say, like, if we believe Mihawk's the strongest swordsman, we have to also believe Shanks beat Loki. But we could find out that it was some kind of trickery, or like maybe he just talked Loki out of a fight or something. But right now, I think the fair thing is Shanks is above Loki. Yeah.
We also narratively right, and we also know right that Shanks has no problem going to solo niggas too. By the way, like if he wants to fight on his own, he just gonna fight on his own. Like just like when he had the situation with what's his name with Kid, he was just like, there he goes again. His second in command was like, there he goes again, going off on his own.
That's true. He does do that.
Like, narrative, we could say that he probably just fought Loki on his own because he wanted to. His crew was like, well, damn, Nick, like, you didn't even let us get in, you know.
I don't even think he had his crew yet.
No, that is
He doesn't have
possible.
his crew right now, does he? Nah, he definitely had his crew.
It was 6 years ago when he fought Loki 6 years ago. Like, they said that Loki was rampaging at sea, and then Shanks just stopped him 6 years ago and, like, brought him back and locked him up. Like,
he was rampaging? Oh, my God.
Rampage. Okay.
Yeah, that's
the
crazy.
thing we also have to take into account is that every Shanks feat we see now, I always put them like they're pretty much right next to each other. No matter what you do, it's extreme diff. Whether you have one side or the other, it's extreme diff. They have to go all out to beat the other. I'm starting bad.
no, that's all right. Don't worry.
Other one. But like, yeah, Mihawk basically fought like the strongest version of Shanks multiple times, right? That's just like a fact. Correct?
Yeah, I mean, like, the Mihawk versus Shanks thing is like it's a whole other, like, debate on its own. Another thing I was thinking is, like, Shanks might have a devil fruit in his sword the same way Shamrock does, which could be crazy.
We just never seen it. That'd be crazy. Holy shit.
Yeah, that is possible.
I don't agree that Mihawk has fought the strongest version of Shanks, though, to be honest.
Oh, no, yeah, no.
The version of Shanks was great, man.
He stopped fighting him when Shanks was like 26.
Yeah, like, yeah, I mean, like,
Okay, that's fair.
But
you can say like he hasn't fought like full potential Shanks, but the strongest version of Shanks is right now.
yeah,
Like, right.
Did he fight Shanks after the Loki? After he beat Loki?
No, no, because Shanks had one arm back
He
then.
already lost his arm already.
Yeah.
So in those 6 years, y'all think they was like fighting each other or anything?
No.
I don't.
Because as soon as he lost his arm, apparently they never like. As soon as he lost his arm, he
Never fought
lost
again
interest in
after he
fighting.
lost his arm.
Also, like some translations of the scene where Mihawk talks to Shanks, like when Luffy gets his first bounty, some translations have Mihawk saying, "I have no interest in settling the score with you now that you've lost your arm." So like you could argue that means he like lost to Shanks before. Like why would he have to settle the score if he was up one, you know?
I'm pretty sure, like, didn't they have daily duels? Like, they fought a lot, right? Like, I think they both just have win losses and shit.
I don't think.
It could have been. I think it was one of those. I think it was one of those more situations where like Mihawk acts cool and everything, but I think he generally sees Shanks as a friend because y'all see he's a loner, right? And Shanks is an outgoing person. So I think when they had a lot of their fights and stuff like that, I don't think it was ever that serious where either one of them needed to go all out. I don't think it was ever like that.
Yeah.
So, do you guys,
Like, you know, they're cool with each other and, like, sorry, go ahead.
do you guys think Mihawk had any other like serious fights while Shanks was sailing the seas? You guys think like he had more?
Beast
comparable to that?
Beast is like,
Because we know that he would go out to actually like look for because he was bored, right? Gautier. So
Well,
he could have been.
well, he was chasing Don Craig just to be an asshole, I think.
Real quick, guys.
But if you think about it, right?
Oh,
If
go
you
ahead.
think about it, right, he had some strong people. Shanks is out here boxing with Shanks and Gabon is out here fighting with Harold. There's strong people in the past he could have fought. He just chose not to. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I don't understand why it's like
I
you know
think
usually that's
there's
it's
something
like them only swordsman is so dumb when it's people stronger than swordsmen out in the world. That makes no sense. That's dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I
Wano, because
think
went to
Lilo wants
Wano,
to
the
say
land of
something.
swordsmen.
Yeah.
Wano's literally right there. The land of swordsmen. He never went to Wano.
Yeah, real quick, guys.
There's something.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. Like I said, I have Mihawk above Shanks purely off of his title. That's all. That's really the only thing. And he has a black blade. Those are the things putting them above. That's it. But there's something else I wanted to say. Oh yeah. I'm about to wrap this up. Just real quick. I'll just share like some arguments I've heard for Akainu because I thought I wanted to have like a Akainu versus Kaido portion of this debate. Or like Akainu versus Shanks, because there's people who think he's above Shanks and Mihawk too. So like some of the arguments I heard for that is basically it's because he has a 5 billion berry bounty from Buggy, like the Cross Guild gave him that. And then another argument I saw was he would find the One Piece in 1 year. And then the other thing I saw was he got hockey blooms from fighting Aokiji. So, like, those were the main three arguments I saw for people putting him, like, above Mihawk and Shanks. Is there anyone who, like, also has, like, believes those arguments that would want to, like, defend the Akainu side?
I think the argument is irrelevant because we're not
He's argument you can make final like.
Oh, 1 second, Pope.
Admiral for Luffy to fight at the end of the series. He has like the narrative weight to be like.
I also feel like Oda gave Akainu a 5 billion berry bounty for a reason. Like he could have just made it like 4 billion. I think that it's like to highlight the actual threat of what's the title?
Fleet Admiral.
The one above that.
Yeah, don't you want to see that?
Yeah, he's just Fleet Admiral.
Yeah, Fleet Admiral.
Yeah.
And Pope Pedro, what were you saying? You wanted to say something?
Yes, I think the force of will, or the dream that someone has will determine their strength in hockey. I think what's happening here is Ainu is a just iron. He's like the sword master from what's that one manga? Yeah, Kagurabachi. He's like that guy right now, except he's the leader of the Navy. I think his hockey, once we see it, it's gonna be going off the charts. It's gonna be nuts.
I mean, yeah, he probably has conquerors. I mean, so like here's my thoughts on it. I think Akainu has conquerors, and I think he is really strong. But like the 5 billion thing, the reason why he has a 5 billion is because he's fleet admiral. Like that's the main thing. Like he has the admirals underneath him, you know. So, I think that's like the real reason why it's not just like 3 billion.
To be honest with you, the only reason I would like rank Akainu above Shanks right now is if like he got way stronger after Marineford, bro.
Yeah.
Because remember like when Shanks was coming to Marineford, he said
Shanks
like
pulled up.
yeah, he just pulled up, right? But I don't know, like 2 minutes before he saved Sabo, he talked about like stopping Kaido from coming to kill Whitebeard, and like that alone, like Shanks being able to like stop Kaido from like, okay, like you're not gonna go kill Whitebeard, like he's gonna have a glorious death. You get what I'm saying? That means technically Shanks is like 100% stronger than Kaido. So if Shanks is stronger than Kaido, the argument is Kaido like stronger than Akainu right now? Like is peak Kaido stronger than peak Akainu?
I always felt like Shanks, since we never saw the meeting, it was like.
Well, yeah, it might have just been a discussion. He might have just spoken him out of it, but I do think Shanks is above Kaido anyway. He just has better feats. But the other thing though is like people kind of just gloss over the fact that like Akainu was like in a bloodlusted rage, like wanting to kill everybody there, and the moment Shanks pulls up, he just starts sweating, gets scared, does not want to fight anymore. So like
exactly,
like that's something a lot of people gloss over. I'll just be honest, like
when Shanks didn't fight. Even if Kaido and Shanks did not fight in the meetup,
maybe that's why he stopped.
Yeah, from what I've seen, there's just nothing that puts Akainu that high. Like the best argument I've seen is people say he would get a hockey bloom after fighting Aokiji, but like, but also should get that though. Aokiji also should get that though, and then Aokiji goes off and does more than Akainu does. He becomes a pirate and he's out here fighting while Akainu's just like pushing papers, you know. So I mean, you can make an argument that Aokiji's actually stronger than Akainu, and Shanks. I see Shanks still scaling above both of them, to be honest. Like, I don't know if either of them are Kaido level.
2 years ago for sure, but like, I don't think he's beating Shanks. I'm sorry. I don't see it.
People forget that Shanks' perception was Akainu in the Marineford arc. He literally blocked Akainu from punching Kobe, and he didn't even realize that he got like blocked until
he across the battlefield with a blink of an eye. He was like, "What? Who blocked my attack? Oh shit!"
Yeah, you could make that argument. But all right, guys, I'm gonna close out this debate. If you guys want, you can keep debating in here, though.
Hey, I love your videos, homie.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I'll say it every time. I don't care. I'll say it every time.
Thanks, bro.
Now, I will say this: between the Shanks and Kaido meeting.
Shanks and the Kaido meeting, what was it?
Also,
I'm gonna say it quick. The Shanks and the Kaido meeting. Oh damn! I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
No, you go.
I was gonna say like with the Shanks and Kaido meeting, we still don't know what happened. I'm gonna assume that they eventually just came to an agreement, because if they actually fought, they would have fought for fucking more than like an hour or two. They would have fought for like a day at most. Because even Kaido,
I don't think that was the case. I had an argument with somebody about this. I had a debate with somebody about this months ago when I was living in my other apartment, and he was just like, I think they had a conversation. I said, you think Kaido, who loves to fight and saw one of the strongest characters in the series, and you thought, hey, let me have a conversation with one of the strongest person in the series who beat Loki, my boy.
No, like the only argument I have against that is like if they decide to fight, he's gonna miss the fucking battle. He's gonna miss Marineford anyway.
See, that was the issue, right?
It's possible.
So that was the crazy part.
Yeah,
that was the crazy
part. The time it takes for him to get there, you know, before Whitebeard dies.
That was the crazy part.
But all right, guys, I'm gonna head out. You guys can keep debating though. I'm gonna head out though.
All right, goodbye.
All right, thanks, guys. See you guys. All right, chat. That's the top 30. Yeah, I was really hoping that like anyone who had Akainu #1 would like tune in or anything, but no one. Yeah, it seemed like no one had Akainu #1. Because yeah, I mean, this is a popular opinion. I've seen other people put Akainu right above Mihawk. I didn't think that everybody who showed up would just not think that. So I wanted to see like more arguments, because like I said, when I do these power scaling, I really try my best to like just be impartial. I try my best to be not perfect, you know. I'm sure I make mistakes at it, but I want to hear arguments for Akainu being above Mihawk and Shanks. I really want to hear them. Okay, because like the best arguments I've heard for it is the idea of Akainu fighting Aokiji for 10 days and then getting a hockey bloom from it. But like, this is the stuff I'm talking about, right? Like, people, it's like I haven't heard all the arguments, right? But the argument I have heard is people will say like, okay, Akainu was really strong in Marineford. Then he fought Aokiji for 10 days and he would get a hockey bloom from that, so he'd be even stronger now. But it's like, Aokiji would also get that. And then Aokiji then goes on to he fights some of Big Mom's pirates, and they capture Pudding. And then he fights Garp. So, like, you can make an argument he would be above Akainu now, because he would have gotten, like, 2 hockey blooms. So, I don't know. I want to hear some argument. Is there anyone in the chat? Anyone in the chat who has Akainu above Mihawk? I really want to hear more arguments for that, man. Or... yeah, I don't know. Anything you guys disagree with this list before I close this out? I mean, I'll stick around another like 10-15 minutes. If anyone in the chat disagrees with anything they see here, let me know. But yeah, just let you guys know, like, when I do my One Piece like scaling, I really do try my best to like not do agenda at all. Like, I'm really trying to just give genuine scaling. So yeah, if there's anything you disagree with, like, to be honest with you, because like if you're just doing agenda, right? I'll explain it one more time. All agenda scaling is where you're highballing your favorite characters and you ignore anything else that goes against the highball claims. That's what agenda piece is, right? But I just like don't do that, because like if I wanted to do that, I would just make a different list called like my top 30 favorite characters. Some of these characters I have really high and I don't even like them. Like, I don't really like Mihawk, but I put him above Shanks, even though Shanks is one of my favorite characters, just because narratively he should be above Shanks. Another example was I have Yamato above Sanji, even though I like Sanji more than Yamato. There's a bunch of stuff like this. I don't really like Kid that much, but I put him above Zoro. There's like, I don't, to me, it doesn't matter like which ones I like. I genuinely just am trying to have like impartial scaling. So like, if you guys disagree with anything, just let me know what you disagree with, and I'm willing to like talk about it. That's why I like having open debates on it anyway, because like, if people like notice something that I don't know, or know something about One Piece that I don't know, then I would like to know it, you know? So if you have like any feats that go against these things here, list them in the chat. Anything I should look up in the manga, tell me, you know, and I will do that, because I like learning about One Piece. One Piece is actually my favorite manga. So like, if anyone can point something out to me about One Piece that I don't know, I will genuinely appreciate that, because to me that's like almost like getting a new chapter. It's like, oh, that's new One Piece basically. So if any, like, because I'll tell you one thing, chap. It's like pretty easy to just like leave a comment saying, oh man, this list is trash, oh, this is bad. But it's a more challenging thing to actually say why something is wrong and be like, okay, this placement you have here for Kaido, he should actually be 5 feet. Like, here's an example, right? You could say this placement for Kaido, it's too high. He should be 5 spaces lower because of this feat performed in this chapter. Like, that's the kind of stuff I'm looking for, right? That's like the difference between like agenda scaling and actually scaling the manga. Like, an agenda take would just be like, bro, Dragon should be number 1. He has aura, bro. Don't you know that? And I'm like, okay, that's fair. But like, do you got some feats that would put him that high? You know, like stuff. There's a difference between like agenda scaling and actually power scaling the stuff. So if you guys have some like notice things that I'm not noticing, please like let me know them. All right. Snellium, yeah, that's a common thing, bro. That's a common thing. I've noticed that. Sometimes the stream just crashes. I hope it didn't crash. Chat, let me know if you can still hear me. Hopefully the stream did not crash there. I don't know if it did or not. All right, hold on. You kind of it's choppy. Yeah, I think my computer's like reaching its limit of what it can handle. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna have to end the stream. My computer's like getting cooked. All right, guys, thank you everyone for tuning in. I appreciate it. I'll